Hey everyone. Now I'm sure most people watching this has seen the oceans or been to the oceans and thought about what could be below those waters or what kind of fish are there. Now I'm sure they've also thought about the importance of the ocean to us as humankind and our purpose to the earth and its environment. Now the ocean is the Earth's biggest environment. It ranges from different temperatures to different depths. There's millions of species in the oceans. And us humans have only discovered 5% of those oceans compared to the rest of the 95% that's still left to be discovered. You just think about that and just how we've discovered so much in just that little 5% and just what could be in store for us in that last 95%. There could be animals bigger than whales or even more dangerous than, say, the great white shark or so on. Now, the importance of the ocean is it helps the Earth's climate. It's a major regulator in the Earth and how its climate is controlled. Now, this is because of the ocean absorbing carbon dioxide through phytoplankton that live in the ocean. Now, these phytoplanktons are very important for smaller species such as shrimp, which is basically just a food source for them. And those shrimp are soon on to the food web to bigger species. Now, the ocean is divided into three main zones. The first zone is the euphotic zone. This is the shallowest zone, and it's from 0 meters to 200 meters deep. Now, one of the main species that live here in the euphotic zone are sharks. Sharks are one of the world's oldest living species. According to Michael Rogers Sharksider, sharks have lived 450 million years, and they've survived all 5 mass extinctions. Now, honestly, I didn't even know there were 5 mass extinctions. But hey, I know, now you know. But there's about 440 different species of sharks as well that currently live on the earth. Now, one of these species is a hammerhead, as you can see right here. The hammerhead has this weirdly shaped head, but it uses it for hunting prey, and they use their head just to basically thrash their prey to stun them so they could eat them easily. Now, right here is a thrasher shark. As you can see, the thrasher shark has a very, very long tail, and they basically use this tail for whipping their prey and stunning them, which makes them easy to be eaten. Now, down below, I'm sure all you know is the great white shark. The great white shark is currently the biggest species of shark that live on the earth that we know of, obviously. Now, these great white sharks basically hunt by using their sheer force, speed, and size. And they hunt usually major source of seal or other large fishes. Now, the second zone is a dysphotic zone. This zone is a lot darker than the euphotic zone, and there's a lot less species. There is still a very, very large variation of species here. This zone ranges from 200 meters to 1,000 meters deep, so it's a very, very big zone in the ocean. One of these species here is the swordfish. As you can see here, the swordfish has very, very big round eyes, and they use these eyes to basically see in the dark better. Now, what they have is what is called a countercurrent exchanger. Now, according to Duxter's Educational, this countercurrent exchanger basically sets up to where the blood vessels are running mainly to the brain and the eyes. Now, the brain and the eyes are the major major organs for this swordfish, just so it could see in the dark and really thrive in this dark environment. Swordfish are usually born at a very, very, very small size, but they do grow into one of the largest species in the oceans. They could grow up to 15 feet, and they could be at least 1,400 pounds, which is just extremely huge, And as you can see here, the swordfish has a very, very long nose, sword-like. As you can see, they usually obviously get this name, swordfish, from it. And people think they use this to basically stab prey, which they really don't. What they really do is use this long nose to thrash prey and stun them, which it's a very common thing to do apparently with all these ocean species is to stun fish or prey no matter what. Um, but yeah, swordfish are very, very big. They're very, very fast as well. Now the next zone is the aphotic zone. This zone is the deepest spot of the ocean. It ranges from 1,000 meters deep all the way down to the ocean floor. Now this is also the darkest portion of the three zones. There is less than 1% of sunlight that reaches this zone, which is just basically means the place is dark all the time, 24/7. There's never light unless it's from the species that live there. Now, people may not think there may not be a lot of species that live here since it's so cold here and so dark. You know, there's no way life would live here. But actually, there's a very, very wide range of species that live here as well. One of these species is a giant squid. As you can see here, the giant squid is very, very large. This picture here was in 2006. It was caught by a Japanese fisherman. This one here was probably, it was 18 feet long. And as you can see, it has very, very large eyes. Now these eyes are for seeing in the dark, just like the swordfish. The larger the eyes, the easier it is to see in these dark spots. Now giant squid's eyes get very, very big. They could get up to 10 diameters in length, according to National Geographic. But 10 diameters in length is huge. That's basically a whole dinner plate in just one eye. Yeah. Giant squid usually hunt shrimp, fish, other squids, or even small whales if they're large enough. Now, the giant squids are very, very rare to see, and they're one of the biggest mysterious species that we know of. Because most species that we've seen, unless this one, most of them have been washed up on shore, obviously dead. So they're very hard we've never really filmed a giant squid in its natural habitat of the aphotic zone, just because it's so hard to see through the dark and they're so elusive as well. Now, why are fish so important to the ocean? Fishes provide a huge food source in the overall food web and the food cycle of the ocean through sardines up being eaten by other fishes such as sharks and all that, and whales. Fish don't only provide food for other fish, but they also provide food for us as humankind. They're a very, very big source of food, especially on the coast, even inland. They provide a wide variety of foods as well. They have their own health benefits. Now, fish also provide a lot of nutrients for the ocean and its different environments. Now, back to phytoplankton. They're the most important species in the oceans. Without phytoplankton, there would probably not be as many species as there are now in the oceans. They are the basic organisms that really start the food chain for the other animals. Now, that is all. I hope you realized how big the ocean really is, what other different species live here, and hopefully I can inspire people to really just think about the ocean and its health, because as you all know, ocean has been very, very bad lately due to pollution. But there has been good signs, there has been improvements, there has been new inventions to help with that. And yeah, thank you all.